I'm Hollis.
And I'm Sydney, and welcome to today's Cooking with Friends virtual cooking class. Today, we are going to be making barbecue chicken and coleslaw without mayo.
Our first summer dish.
And we are pumped.
Yep, I'm excited.
So, there's a lot of ingredients going into today's dish.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with maybe what goes into the chicken?
Yeah, so I think we'll start with the chicken so we can get that warmed up. So Sydney went ahead and baked the chicken earlier and shredded it. So that's going to be the most time-intensive part of this. But there's our nice cooked shredded chicken. What kind of chicken did you use?
I just used like the boneless chicken thighs from the store, which is nice. Sometimes those are not as pricey as like some of the leg ones. Oh. Just getting all excited up and hear about some chicken. But then you can just use 2 forks and kind of pull it apart. Just kind of like, and just do that a lot with the little chicken thigh pieces or breasts that work too. And then you can also use the handy dandy seasoning in this recipe. If you don't have that at home, you can always just use like salt and pepper, paprika, and then if you put a little olive oil or butter, whatever oil on top, it gets that pretty golden brown way.
When you bake it in the oven.
Nice. Looks nice. But cool. You can also grill this too, but today we baked.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so the other ingredients, so that's for baking the chicken. The other ingredients for the sauce are olive oil, onion, brown sugar, chili powder, garlic powder, dry mustard, allspice, pepper, and ketchup and apple cider vinegar. So lots of tasty things going in. So what's the first step for making our sauce?
So the first step for making the sauce today is you're going to get a big pan and heat up some olive oil, and you're going to put some diced, like a half cup of onion in there. And let it cook. So we haven't chopped our onion yet, but so we can show you some handy dandy quick veggie chopping skills. So as we get this chopped up,
all right,
so we can put sauce in there.
You want to get the pan heated and
sure.
I'll chop the onion? Cool. All right, so I'm trying to set this up so y'all can see. A lot of ingredients.
An exciting day in the cooking clubhouse.
All right. Cool. So we got this little half an onion left over from something we probably cooked yesterday, and this will be plenty for a sauce. It's like about 1/3 of an onion, but so be really careful with our knives. And I'm just gonna cut the end off first. Okay, and then I'm gonna peel off the dry skins.
Is this when people tell you that, you know, people have layers like onions? Is this what they're talking about? I watched Shrek a while back, and it just made me think of that movie. I love it so much.
I love Shrek. Ogres are like onions. Okay, so then we've got it all peeled, so then I'll just start on one side and just chop it like this. Make sure you're keeping your fingers out of the way. And if you're cooking this at home, make sure you have an older adult buddy supervising with the knife. But it's a good thing to practice because onions go in a lot of dishes. So I chopped it one way and then I just turned it. And if you keep your onion together, it really helps you to get it all chopped all at one time, kind of. So I chopped it one way, and then now I'm chopping it the other way, so it makes these like cubes like this. Yep.
Fun fact, did you know that onions are full of vitamin C?
I did not know that.
Yeah, which means they're super good for your immune system. So if you're trying to stay healthy and strong and super buff and athletic this summer season, make sure to keep some onions in your diet. They're really good for keeping your skin beautiful, your hair glowing, your immune system strong, all that good stuff.
Nice. Yeah. They're yummy.
Yeah, they taste like happiness. They're so good.
So we've got all these nice little chunks of onion. So I'm just gonna throw these in the heated pan. You put some oil in there.
I did. Now it's all nice and toasty.
I don't know if y'all can hear that, but they're sizzling, which is a good sign. All right.
Perfect. Okay.
Should I measure some stuff out while those cook?
That'd be awesome. Okay, so it looks like while your onion is cooking for 5 minutes or until tender, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar.
Okay.
And then a teaspoon of chili powder and a couple of other things too.
Okay. So 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. So we've got some brown sugar. We actually made our own brown sugar at home because we had molasses. And basically what brown sugar is just molasses mixed into white sugar. So if you don't have any brown sugar at home, you can do that. So I'm doing 1 tablespoon.
Brown sugar, the stuff that makes gingerbread cookies that kind of brown color.
Yeah, so gingerbread cookies have molasses in them. That's what makes them nice and dark and brown. And tasty. So there's our brown sugar. Let's see what's next. 1 teaspoon of chili powder. So I guess this barbecue is gonna be a little bit spicy, huh?
You know, so yummy. Okay, and so then a half teaspoon of garlic powder, but if you don't have that, you can also chop up some onions real fine, like Hollis did earlier, since they rock, and
some garlic. So yeah, we're just using fresh garlic because we actually ran out of garlic powder. So I just did like 2 cloves, which was probably more than the recipe called for, but I am of the opinion that you can never have too much garlic. So
nice. And then dry mustard, 1/2 teaspoon.
1/2 teaspoon of dry mustard. So this is ground mustard. 1/2 teaspoon, you said?
Yes. And 1/4 teaspoon of ground allspice after that.
Okay. Half teaspoon.
And then after that, we'll do 1/4 teaspoon of ground allspice.
Yeah, that's an interesting seasoning to be in barbecue.
Yeah. What? Do you know what allspice is?
I don't. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I was just curious. I was like, man, I like use it a lot in baking. And I'm like, oh, I don't know.
But yeah, usually, yeah, what you would see allspice in is like pumpkin pie or apple pie or something like that. Cookies,
All that good stuff. And like 1 teaspoon of pepper.
1 teaspoon of ground pepper.
I think one of my favorite things about barbecue is that you can follow the recipe and then you can taste it and add stuff so that it tastes just how you like it. You don't have to be so scientific.
And you can make it with whatever kind of meat that you have on hand. You know? My favorite is pork barbecue, but.
And then I think a cup of ketchup and 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar.
All right, so these are all our like dry spices. So they're all mixed together. They look really tasty. And now I'm gonna add our ketchup. Ketchup is usually at the base of most barbecue sauces, unless it's just a purely vinegar one.
There are different kinds of barbecue in different places. Like, isn't there different, like, Texas and others?
Yeah, so my favorite kind of barbecue, because I'm from North Carolina, is North Carolina style barbecue, which is more of a vinegar barbecue rather than like what you would think of like barbecue sauce. We don't usually put like barbecue sauce on our barbecue. It's like just a vinegar sauce.
So like a sauce though, and not like a dry spice rub type thing?
As far as I'm aware.
Cool.
Usually like when we get barbecue, it's like they come with the vinegar sauce on the side, and a lot of times in restaurants it'll be like in a ketchup bottle, and you like squeeze it on, and they'll have like different kinds, different spiciness, and
That sounds delicious.
yeah, it is. So that's a cup of ketchup.
Well, this is good timing. It looks like the sauce will be about done right about the onions
Nice.
are.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Multitasking in the kitchen.
2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar.
All right. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. But you can use other vinegars if you have like you could probably use a white vinegar, even like a rice vinegar. I probably wouldn't use a balsamic as a substitute because that has a really strong flavor that maybe you don't want, but maybe you do want it. I don't know. You could try it.
I was talking to a buddy the other day named Mary who was telling me that you can make vinegar from fruit scraps. Is that a thing?
Yeah. I think that's like, isn't that kind of what vinegar is? Does that usually come from well, I guess there's rice vinegar that comes from rice. But. Okay, so I'm just gonna dump all these spices in with our onions.
Good job, Paula. That was
All the good stuff in there. Right. I'll show you guys what's happening over here. So there's the onions and all the spices and the ketchup. And that's just gonna cook down into a really tasty sauce.
okay. And then it looks like we're going to reduce the heat to low and then let it simmer for 10 minutes until it's a little bit more thick and a little less liquidy.
Okay.
And then we'll add the chicken for 2 minutes and then I think it'll be done.
Awesome.
Sweet.
So,
Okay, so at 5:57, we'll add some chicken.
okay. And while we're waiting for the sauce to simmer down, we can make the coleslaw.
Yum. Okay. Pull up the recipe.
And yeah.
Aha. Okay. Cool. So the coleslaw is kind of 2 parts. The first part is the slaw, which is like the veggie part, and then the second part is the dressing. But do you want to start on the slaw part first?
Sure.
Okay. So the recipe says 1 head of cabbage shredded and 2 heaping cups of shredded carrots.
All right. So we already shredded some of the cabbage. So there's a good big bowl of shredded cabbage. And then we also started on the carrots earlier, speed up the process a little bit, but we'll show you how we chopped or how we prepared both of those. So do you want to do the cabbage?
Sure. So I learned about 20 minutes ago that the handiest way to chop cabbage is so cabbage, I can point out. Kind of comes looking like in this kind of round shape. Almost like, I don't know how, like kind of like a poof pancake, I don't exactly. Like
almost
a ball.
looks like lettuce, but it's not lettuce.
Yeah, a little like squatty lettuce, but like in a cute way. And so then you can cut it in such a way that you'll like cut it basically in half where you get the core out here. So you'll like cut out like kind of around this part and then you'll take this part out since it's like hard and not yummy. And then so you'll get kind of pieces that look like this. And so then you can cut it like, then you end up with this. And then
Cut like slices like
yeah, and then you can kind of just cut into slices like that, and it'll be a lot faster if you cut this into those slices that Hollis was talking about. Watching out for your fingers. Good time to have your older buddy with you, looking out for your hands. And then when you have it in kind of these little ellipse-shaped doodads, then you can kind of cut it going the opposite way, like Hollis is doing with that onion earlier. And then you get these handy dandy, cute little wavy artisanal cabbage slice bits that look like coleslaw. So we're gonna chop up the rest of this puppy real quick, and then swap seat with Hollis, and I'll show you how to do it with the carrots.
Sauce is smelling really good.
Yum. When I was a little kid, there was these dolls called Cabbage Patch dolls, where they all came wrapped up in like leaf bags and were really cute and like just like really chunky little babies and real cute. So now whenever I think of cabbage, I think of these Cabbage Patch dolls. They got little chubby cheeks, looking all cute and stuff. And but do you have any good cabbage memories, Hollis? Putting them on the
Not
spot.
particularly. I don't think I ever had a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Oh.
The first like kind of weird, potentially creepy toy that I remember having was a Furby.
Ooh, yeah, those are.
Almost the same era, maybe a little. They were later than Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, but not a ton though. They like coexisted.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the Homo sapien Neanderthal thing, but Cabbage Patch Kids thing.
Stirring in the sauce every once in a while.
Why do you like stir sauce things like that and not just like let them sit without touching them? Like, what difference does it make?
I mean, I guess you don't want it to get too burnt. Like, I guess it could burn on the bottom.
That's a good point.
Too high.
Okay.
And make sure it's heating through evenly. So now I'm going to show y'all how I did these carrots. So first I peeled the outside off and I got rid of that and I chopped off the ends. And then to get these nice slices so that I didn't have to sit there and slice super thin, I actually kept peeling with the peeler. So you can just peel the whole carrot. And then you get these nice little ribbons. So that's like a really easy way to get super thin carrots. But you can also just chop them if you prefer. So that's how we did that. And then, do you want to do the dressing?
Sure. Okay. So while Hollis is working on the carrots, I'll swap seed them and work on the dressing. So the first thing we're gonna start off with is 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So whenever you have coleslaw and it's like wet, sometimes people will use things like mayo, which is like a good option. Today we're going to use olive oil as it's good for your heart health and keeping your cholesterol healthy. And what's the nice thing about it? And then after that, we're going to do some apple cider vinegar. We're going to do 2 tablespoons. Almost forgot. So then we're gonna use 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, which kind of makes it sweet, delicious, mapley. You know, makes us think of our favorite deciduous tree. Maybe not, and that's okay. We all have our different favorites. So we're gonna use some maple syrup. We're gonna do 2 tablespoons. 1, 2.
Bubbling.
And it smells good.
How many minutes do you think it's been?
I think it has been 8 minutes.
cook a couple more minutes, and then we'll add the chicken.
Garlic mince. Okay, so if you have never seen a garlic clove before, it kind of is like teardrop shaped almost, kind of this little small boy. So then when you cut them, you're gonna kind of do the same thing like Hollis was doing with that onion, where you're gonna cut off this little like bottom brown nubby part, and you're gonna cut off the top part, so you're not getting any of the crunchy parts, you're just getting the yummy, delicious insides. So you're gonna cut those bottom pieces off, and then you're gonna peel off the outer layer again. And so then when you get there, you're gonna notice it's kind of like almost a little oily feeling. It feels kind of different and smooth, and it's not so dry and papery. So then you're gonna cut it very much so like the onion, but very carefully since it's really small. Gotta look out for those digits. Oh, thank you, Alice. So now we got these little garlic bits. Alice is a good cooking buddy, so they're gonna holding up our handy dandy dressing doodad. Thank you. Scoop these puppies in there. Okay. And a fun pro tip is that if you're gonna do kind of what I did with the scraping thing, you don't scrape the sharp part of your knife. You flip it over and use the back, so then that way you don't make the edge of your blade blunt instead. So.
Wow, I need to practice that more. It's a good tip.
Yeah, I'm not good at knife sharpening, so I try and reduce how many times I have to do it that way. But teach their own. Okay, so then after the clove of garlic, you're gonna use 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, which adds that nice tasty heat that you might get from like a hot chip. But you can add it to veggies and things. So if you reach your daily quota for hot chips, you can still eat some spicy hot chip flavored things. Do you have a favorite spicy food, Hollis?
That's a really hard question. I like wasabi with sushi. I like spicy sushi with wasabi.
Is wasabi like soybeans or what is wasabi? Teaspoon.
How do you describe wasabi? It's like its own plant. You can grow, right? Isn't it? Like you grow it. It's like really hard to grow. So like usually the wasabi that you get at sushi restaurants isn't real wasabi. I've heard.
Oh, interesting.
It's like synthetic.
Or I would not know.
It's like not synthetic. Sorry. It's like
grown different or shipped from far away or something.
I don't know. I just heard that the wasabi at sushi restaurants isn't real wasabi because it's really hard to grow and so it's like really expensive. But I think it's like a root, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But it has like that like spicy it'll clear your nose and your sinuses out real quick kind of taste. I love it.
Umami. But also gonna add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I haven't had wasabi in a long time. That is tasty. The fun, if you've never seen it too, it's kind of a fun green color. So it adds like a funky color to your stuff, which is yummy and delicious. I like having bright colored food. Then, last but not least, we're going to add some pepper. That little spice, little sizzle, that flavor depth. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like I know a lot of people who love that classic salt and pepper mix. So now we're gonna mix it up. I don't know if you're here last week, but this is another time when I think about Bob Marley's Stir It Up song.
A lot of opportunities to jam with Bob while you cook. All right, is that all our dressing?
I think so.
Okay. So I think
just looks like we put all the slaw in a bowl.
Looks like we're having technical difficulties.
Oh no. But the timer's still going.
It is. I wonder if we're still going.
Can we like end it and restart it, or do you think it'd be the best?
I don't know. I wonder if it's like actually still working. Hey Mary, can you check if our live video is still playing? You are still there. There with us. Can't tell. What? I think our internet is.
Darn. Rats.
Wait, don't you need to put the chicken in there before you turn it off?
Yeah, I was just thinking we to this one since it was like. I turned it off, but I was like, well.
Or put it down. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, we're still on. Okay. Well, we'll just keep going.
I can't see you, but hopefully you can see us.
Hopefully you can still see us. So so we have our shredded cabbage, and you got our shredded carrots. So I'm just gonna, I think that between these two, it's probably too much veggies for this amount of dressing.
What do you think the best solution is? Do you think we should maybe add part of them, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, so that's why I grabbed this extra bowl, and I'm just gonna do like a couple like handfuls, because I think what happened is the recipe called for red cabbage, and a lot of times red cabbage is actually a smaller head than green cabbage. I don't really know why.
Cool, I didn't
But that's
know.
what I've noticed in the store and when we've grown it up the garden. So yeah, I'm just gonna not use all the cabbage for this batch. We'll probably use this for another batch, but so I put about that much, and then I'm gonna just put all the carrots, or most of the carrots, and then just kind of mix them up. If your hands are clean, which my hands are clean, and just like mix them like this. And then, what other ingredients go into the slaw portion?
It looks like when you serve it, you can add almonds or sunflower seeds or pepitas.
So pepitas are pumpkin seeds, and they look like this.
That's fun name for them.
And I love putting those on my oatmeal, so I already had some. And if you would like, we don't have any fresh cilantro right now. You can add a jalapeno if you like that spice. And then we also don't currently have any scallions, right?
Yeah.
Our kitchen's a little bare right now, but it's okay.
We're doing some classic
essentials.
Home cooking in this time, and that's okay.
Sometimes you just gotta leave something out, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So, you wanna put on the dressing?
Sure.
And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put our chicken in our barbecue sauce.
Ooh, nice. I think then we let it cook in there for about 2 minutes. Spoon fork and kind of flip these puppies over. Get all exposed to that yummy sauce.
And how would you serve this, Sid?
You can either, it depends on what your preference is. Some people like to put it on like bread or rolls. You could put it on a tortilla, kind of whatever your vibe is. But yeah, the nice thing is that yeah, you can just eat it as is too, since it has a lot of like spice and flavor without being like really heavy and a lot of like butter or cheese or things that sometimes don't agree with folks. And so it's kind of a healthy, yummy option. But yeah.
Chicken was really yummy.
Yeah, I'm pumped. This coleslaw also looks delicious. So sweet. I think that. Yeah.
Okay. So I just put the chicken in there with the sauce, and I stirred it all up, and it looks really tasty.
Nice.
We're gonna leave that on the stove for a couple minutes to make sure that the chicken is heated through, and then
yeah, I think that that's it for today's cooking class.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us. Let us know what you made, how it went.
Yeah.
It was tasty, hopefully. And yeah, let us know if you have any interest on seeing recipes on this show or have foods that you really want us to whip up. Let us know. We'll try and work them in. But on that note, Alice and I were chatting earlier today, and we came up with what we're making next week. Get pumped! It's Dandelion fritters. So
Yeah.
get pumped. Start scouting out areas. We got fresh dandelion flowers. Wait to pick them until like the day of though, so they don't look sad and wilty. But we'll make a sweet or savory snack with you, and it'll be delicious. I'm pumped. That's sweet. Thanks for joining us on our cooking class, and
thanks,
until next
everybody.
time, have a good night, y'all.
We'll see you next week.